see those flashing red lights there? Those are where you need to go. There's two different maps, as you can see. One of them is pretty much an overview of the entire world, and one's more of a zoom in. So you can see like little details and such. Probably like, wow, there must be an airship or something. Huh. Wouldn't you like to know? Yeah, of course, it's a classic RPG. We're gonna fly at some point. What we're gonna fly, I don't know. I'll leave that as a mystery. Alright. There's no new equips in this town, by the way. Oh, a dream sea herb. I was hoping I'd get another one, but I don't think there's any new equips. We can look. Yeah, as you can see, they actually changed the skin tone of the NPCs in this area, which is kind of a neat thing at the time. Yeah, these guys right here, they're not much of anything. More like punching bags than anything else. They have a lot of HP, but well, not a lot, but bullets they're called. They don't seem to attack that often. Yeah, we'll be encountering other enemies too, but these things are good. Yeah, this place is a little confusing. Kind of like if you played Paper Mario and went into the dry desert, but didn't go through the simple road. Usually deserts and RPGs are kind of annoying in some way or another. I don't think we can go there. The Tales of series really loves their deserts. I'll tell you that much. Always make them some sort of in a way. In Symphonia, that's where you encounter your first enemies that poison you. They did it a lot. Asperia. There was this little water gimmick that you had to do. There was also certain enemies in the night portion of the desert that if you missed, you could totally miss them. And man, did it suck. Especially if you're trying to 100% the game. Oh, deserts are just areas in games that you just don't want to do. Maybe it's the aesthetic or whatever. I'm not entirely sure myself. Although, if we want to talk about interesting deserts, Final Fantasy 12 had a very interesting desert. I mean, yeah, they had the typical standard desert we see most in video games, and the oasis, but it also had like an oil factory, like an underground series of caverns there you could do. So, pretty big props to people that designed that. It's another game I wouldn't mind doing. It'd be a very long Let's Play though. It's Final Fantasy. It gets pretty long after the Super Nintendo days. It really started with 7. But as you can see, we're just going through a desert. Not much to say. Let's pop on this little thingy, just because I like its animation. Where are we at? Oh, I can tell you we don't need to go there. Yeah, those things are pretty good for like seeing your surroundings. If you've played the game before, pretty much tells you where you need to go and where you don't need to go. But anyway, yeah, up there is the Fortress of Nazir. Hawk or Lise is your main character. You'd be returning there at a certain point. So yeah, you do revisit areas in the game. There's usually something different about them that changes. Kind of like Skyward Sword was trying to achieve, but I heard that game kind of pads itself. I don't know much about the game otherwise, just from reviews and what people say, but think of it like that, but there's usually something new to be brought to the table. Not to say Skyward Sword didn't do that, but all I'm saying is that there will be areas where you return to, but there'll be like there will be new content, new types of enemies, bosses and such. That probably brings the question: how long has this been? It depends if you know what you're doing. I'd say my standard times are around 20 hours or so, depending on the final area of the game. Because the final areas of the game, some of the ones, depending on the story, can be very confusing. Dorons and androids especially is really confusing. Definitely the most confusing place in the game. Oh yeah, I forgot she got Holy Ball for her light class. Only one enemy, huh? Let's test it out. We saw this attack earlier, if memory serves, but I probably won't use it too much. I mostly rely on Carly's light classes for support. Her dark classes, offenses aren't too bad though. The summons that she gets. I've read up on the advanced of her dark classes. And some of the special gets is pretty interesting. There's one in particular that can just lower all stats of a single enemy, which I heard makes a lot of bosses very easy. So that's something I would like to test in the future. As you can probably figure it out, depending on your team, you can have a very easy time, depending on the team in question. Some characters synergize with others. Not to say that's really a gameplay feature, it's more of like a teamwork thing. Ah, traps. Yeah, I better heal now. But yeah, some characters work well with the others. Like Hawk and Lise worked really well together. Oh, this town's kind of odd. Oh, this shop will sell different stuff at night. Oh, we can get new equips here. Looks like helmets and accessories. As you can see, money in this game is not hard to attain. Pretty easy to get money because it's enemies, just kill an enemy or two and you're probably wondering, is there equipment that raids evade and is it good? The only classes that I really are the only class I know of, I guess it is Doran's Lord and the advanced classes of it. Get it, but apparently some shields are not too bad, but the evade stat is once again broken. So whether it's good or not, whether shields are good or not, it kind of depends on what they do, I guess. I don't know much about them. I typically stick with Doran's dark classes. Because the guy gets sabers and they're so useful. Especially in the second half of the game, where you'll be encountering more and more enemies that are weak to elemental type attacks. Speaking of which, Carly, her light classes get sabers too. Well, that's it for this Oasis town. Besides from the really weird decision to sell different equipment depending on the day is weird, but it's a thing, I guess. I mean, it's a way to separate the starting town of Desert of Scorching Heat. Yeah, luckily the enemies aren't really too bad in this area. Protect down, alright. Very, very useful. Well, takedown, by the way, lowers all defenses aside from resistances. Lowers defense and magic defense. So it's very handy on tough enemies or just bosses in general. Probably wondering why you use debuffs on normal enemies. The only one I'll really use them on is late game enemies. Because quite frankly, I don't like being party wiped. I can't remember specifically if there's a lot of enemies like that in Kevin's final area. But the final areas are pretty tough anyway. Mostly for the bosses, but there are really powerful enemies that you'll have to keep your eye on. But there are enemies that can use level 2 and level 3 techniques. If that's a hit all, you don't want that. Then there's really annoying enemies that use instant death. Not exactly common, but it happens. Well, the particular enemy I'm talking about, just isn't on anything. And it seems like it always hits you for some reason rather than an enemy. So it's very annoying. I hope we didn't go in a circle. Oh, okay. Like, it's so easy for me to get lost in this game. This is about as worse as it gets, though, in all honesty. Almost, the Altina field in this desert are pretty much the most confusing areas of the game. There's another area that's maze-like. Let me see if there was an exit there. But the maze-like